Well. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is your friend, Vincent E. Brown, coming at you from a place called Durham, North Carolina. Sharks in the water. Okay. It seems like this Karmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf situation just gets better and better. And I use that phrase very loosely every day. I pray for both the families, the Metcalfs. Pray that they make it through this time of grief and this trying time. People calling them out all kinds of names and whatever, saying their son was racist. And also pray for the family of Karmelo Anthony. Pray that their eyes will be open to the truth about what really happened. Of course, you know, their son, it's possible that he'll be going to prison. And I pray that they'll be helped in a time like this. But here's the deal, and here's the thing that really frustrates me in all of this. It's too much black loyalty out there, okay? And when I compare it to other situations or whatever, it's real. I mean, Stevie Wonder can see what's going on here. So you got a kid who was black, and he's under the wrong tent. I think it was during a rainstorm, during a track meet or something like that. He was under the tent. He was under the wrong tent. He was asked to leave. He refused to leave. And the person who asked him to leave was, you know, he was probably pushing and shoving him or whatever. You need to go to your tent. And Karmelo Anthony said, "Touch me and find out what happens," or something to that effect. He said something to that effect. And he pulls out a knife and stabs Austin Metcalf. Austin Metcalf dies in his twin brother's arms. And, you know, our news media, you guys gotta love them. You gotta love our news media. You really gotta love them. Our news media put it out there that this boy was attacked, and Karmelo Anthony was just defending himself. But nobody's asking the question. Just like with the kid that got killed by the Chinese store owner, nobody's asking the question, what is he doing with a knife at a track meet? Same question they should have asked the kid who got shot by the Chinese store owner. What the heck is he doing with a loaded gun? But of course, our news media, they like to leave out little bits and pieces of the situation. And not only that, they like to add to it as well. So now you got a whole bunch of people, you know, that they're being primed for a riot because Karmelo could be going to jail, which I think he should, and he should go at least 25 years, in my opinion. Really, to be honest with you, you kill somebody, you should get the death penalty. It should be no questions asked. And I don't care how old or how young you are. But anyway, you got people coming out here saying they can see on the video. If you see the video, you'll see that Karmelo was being jumped. You'll see it on the video. It's on the video. Okay, if it's on the video, my question to you is, did you see the video? Because I know I haven't. But these guys, they say they saw the video. Okay, so where did you see the video? I haven't seen the video. And this is what they like to do in cases like this. They like to hide the video for a while. They'll say, okay, we're not going to put this out to the public, which I think they should. You can call me out on that if you want to, but I think they should put out the video. They talking about, oh, it might be too graphic. Nah, If you can show it in court, you can show it to the public. Let us decide. But these people say they saw the video. They saw good gracious, Austin Metcalf getting jumped by a bunch of students. Now, one kid who said he saw Austin Metcalf getting jumped, they showed the video in court, and the kid who was testifying had originally said that he saw this boy getting jumped. But the video showed he wasn't even looking in the direction of the tent during the incident. So he had to recant his statements. Really, he perjured himself. He should be going to jail too. But you had other black witnesses testifying that Austin Metcalf did not jump this boy. This one guy, he said Austin Metcalf, and this guy's a child predator, so his testimony to me is not even valid. He said that when they showed you Karmelo Anthony's picture, they showed him clean and everything. They took away the cuts and the bruises that he had. And I'm sitting there like, how in the world did you get access to the video and the rest of us didn't? And turned out this guy's a child predator. He lured a kid 200 miles to a hotel room where he had indecent liberties with this kid. And he's over there talking like, oh man, I saw he's over there talking like he went through the video with a fine-tooth comb and everything, and the video shows this and the video shows that and everything. And see, I think this is a common tactic used by those in liberal mainstream black America. I think this is a common tactic that they use. They always say, I saw the video. And it's almost like they're trying to shut the conversation down by saying, I saw the video. Because you just go to the video, you'll see everything. And for some reason, maybe it pops up in someone's head, oh, they got a video of it? Oh, okay, You didn't see anything. I remember back in, I think, 2010, this was when people were having the debates about Obamacare, which is turned out to be a disaster, but I digress. I was listening to the Sean Hannity show, and who pops up but Al Sharpton? And the accusation was that, I forgot the name of the guy. I think his name's Clyburn, if I'm correct. He's some figure of civil rights or whatever. But they said during this demonstration that someone spit on him. And Andrew Breitbart offered a $100,000 reward to anyone who could show footage of this man getting spit on. And from what I know, that that reward is still up for keeps. It's still up for grabs. But no one's come forward to show the footage of this man being spit on. So Sean Hannity asked Al Sharpton, said, how do you know that this man was spit on? And Al Sharpton said, I saw the video. And, you know, like I said, this seems like to be their go-to, their go-to response to anyone who accuses them of anything. You know, I saw the video, but it wasn't in the video. And if I know how money hungry a lot of these black people are, if they saw that man getting spit on and they're like, man, I get $100,000. Oh, I'm gonna show this footage. No one ever came forth. But to this day, here it is, 16 years later, people still believe that man was spit on. Okay, if it was spit on, then show the footage and get your $100,000. Oh no. We saw it. We saw it. And that's the case here. You get a bunch of people saying, oh, we saw the video. He got jumped. You didn't see anything. And I'm sitting here listening to this cat. I'm talking about the one who's trying to say that he saw the video and that Austin Metcalf jumped this kid and you know, you'll see it on the video. This man turned out to be a child molester. I'm sitting here listening to him, and I'm like, this man lying. The only reason why people are standing behind Karmelo Anthony is simply because of the color of his skin. They don't care if he killed this kid. You know, hey, white people have been doing it to us for decades, so, you know, we're just giving back to them what they did to us. You know, they're more loyal to their skin color than they are to justice. And they're always crying about justice. They're always crying about justice. Justice this, justice that, justice. But they're trying to perform an injustice against the victim's family. Simply because he was white and Karmelo Anthony was black. And the big thing, and I say this in a lot of my videos and commentary and whatever, the thing that bothers me the most in all of this, the thing that really ticks me off, are these people calling themselves Christians. Shouting hallelujah. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. But above all else, we're still black. I see a lot of people on YouTube and whatever, and a lot of them give some good commentary. But then when, you know, you hear that, then their civil rights start coming out. And you start to say, okay, these guys, I used to listen to these guys, and these guys, you know, they gave good commentary, but then they come out and they reveal that they are black before they are Christian. They worship their skin color more than they worship Jesus. Jesus is just a minor convenience to them. Just something that they could use to put on a show. That's why I don't, you know, I really don't like these churches you go into and they performing. People, you need to stop it. Because when you dig down deeper, you'll find out there's sharks in the water. You know, when you look at the surface of the ocean, I like to go to the beach a lot. You can look at the surface of the ocean looks beautiful. But it can kill you in a million ways. Rip currents, jellyfish, stingrays, sharks. And that's how I see it with a lot of black people who call themselves Christians. They look beautiful on the outward, like Jesus told the Pharisees and Sadducees. They look beautiful on the out, or they look like whited sepulchres. They're white, they're beautiful on the outside. But when you go inside, you see they're full of dead men's bones. And what I'm seeing in this Karmelo Anthony thing is more loyalty to his skin color. I mean, these people raised $500,000 for him. $500,000 because he killed a white kid. $500,000. And nobody is asking, why in the world did you have a knife in your backpack at a track meet? Nobody's asking that question. And it was not an act of self-defense. It wasn't. All the dude had to do was say, oh, okay, I'll go to my tent. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do. But just like a lot of these black people out here, we walk around here with these chips on our shoulders. And we tell people, don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. I see it in these police videos all the time. Someone gets pulled over for speeding or whatever, and they cop an attitude with the cop, and they escalate it into a felony and whatever, and the police says, get out the car. They're like, I ain't getting out. And then they go in and they yank them out that car. They're like, don't touch me. Well, he's got to touch you in order to arrest you because you're a criminal. You just broke the law. But that's probably the same attitude that Karmelo Anthony had. He was probably taught by his parents, namely his mother, probably. I'm not saying that I know all this, but, probably his mom taught him, don't let people put their hands on you or anything. His dad may have taught him that too, but it was probably his mom had more influence in his life than his dad. Now, I don't know their marriage situation or anything like that, but that seems to be the norm today. And if I'm wrong about that, just let me know if I'm wrong or whatever. But we walk around here like we got chips on our shoulders, like we're entitled. We should just get away with anything because slavery, because of Jim Crow. We should get away with everything. If we commit a crime, I stole a bag of chips from that store. Oh, that's okay. They got insurance. They make all that money. And once again, these people, they call themselves Christians. Where the Bible clearly says, thou shalt not steal. Well, it's just a bag of chips. I mean, how much did a bag of chips cost? $1? It's still stealing. If I go into a neighbor's yard and I say I want to take a blade of grass out of his yard and put it in my yard, that's stealing. It might seem minor. It's just a blade of grass. It's stealing. But anyway, so everybody's up in arms, and it looks like Karmelo Anthony's testimony has just fallen apart, just really. I see a lot of commentators saying, Karmelo Anthony, he's going to go to prison, he's going to be convicted, but I don't know about all that. The way this world is today, a person can be as guilty as whatever, but because they got these lawyers and they got the money and everything and stuff like that, you never know. They might get off. I think Karmelo Anthony should go to prison. I really don't think he should go to prison. I think he should, and I know that looks crass and everything, but you kill somebody, you should be, your life should be off. And I don't care what your age is. I really don't. But if he does go to prison, he should go for the rest of his life. Oh, but he had his life ahead of him. He was a 3.8. He has a 3.8 grade average. You know what? This day and age, your 3-point grade average is not a good definition of character. I don't think it ever was. Oh, he's got a 3.8. That means he makes good grades. That means he's smart. No, not no. No, not really. Not really. Because I see a lot of these kids who got good grades and everything, they got nasty attitudes. But my take on this thing, Karmelo should go to prison for the rest of his life. And to put a, to go even to put a really finer point on it, he should get the death penalty. But we live in this era where you can get off plea deals and everything and stuff like that. But he should go to prison for the rest of his life. And not only that, here's something else too. Every city in this country should be on alert. What do I mean when I say that? Every city should be on alert for if this turns out that Karmelo Anthony is guilty and he ends up serving time. Every city should be on alert for these little hooligans who will go out here and rob and pillage and burn businesses down, go out here and riot. It's never good. It's never a good idea to riot. Never. The Constitution doesn't protect that. It protects protesting, but it doesn't protect rioting. And these people go out here riot. Oh, they're peaceful rioters. No, they're not. But every city should be on alert. Every sheriff, every mayor, every governor. I know a couple of them. They're not going to do anything. Especially that idiot up in Chicago. And yes, I called him an idiot because that's what he is. And those of you all who voted for him, you're an idiot too. But they should be on alert and they should say, okay, you all, I know there's a lot of passions going on here. There's a lot of, emotions and whatever. If I catch any of you all in my city rioting, looting, burning businesses down, we are going to arrest you and have you charged to the fullest extent of the law. This should be across the country. And I know one guy in Polk County, that sheriff in Polk County, he ain't gonna play. He ain't gonna play with these rascals. This guy in Polk County, he don't play with folks. Bunch of kids, I think it was this past December, they wanted to go into a Dick's Sporting Goods and shoplift and everything. These kids were from Philadelphia. They wanted to go in there Dick's Sporting Goods and shoplift. He said, look, I don't know how y'all do things in Philadelphia, but down here, and this guy, oh man, this guy needs to be cloned and placed in every city in the United States. This guy, he showed the pictures of the kids. These kids were like 13, 14 years old. And you know how they do on the news, they blank their faces because they're juveniles. He said, nah. He said, these are the little perpetrators right here. He had their names and everything. He didn't blur out anything. I said, kudos to you, dude. And until we start doing like this sheriff is doing in Polk County, things are just going to go as they are. People going to get mad because a black person got convicted of a crime that they committed, and they'll riot and loot and say, oh, they're killing us. They've been doing this since slavery and all. And my thing is, folks, stop it. Stop it. And by me being a black person, you're making people like myself look bad because I follow the law. I want to follow the law. I don't go into stores and steal. Police pull me over. I don't cop an attitude with them. But that's just my take on this whole Karmelo Anthony thing. The boy needs to be punished for his crime. That's it. You all stay safe out there. Stay healthy. This is Vincent E. Brown. I'm signing off. Until the next time, I'll see you on the rebound.